it time to start circling back to the down-and-out biotech names that have been really out of favor for the past month and a half? Consider what's happening with Pharma. That's a company that's pioneered the development of what's known as antisense technology, which is biotech speak for therapies that work by binding to the RNA in a person's cells, which allows ISIS drugs to control the expression of a given patient's genes. That's making it a fabulous way to treat all sorts of diseases. Now, I started recommending ISIS more than 2 years ago in October of 2012, large part because the company has a huge pipeline, 38 drugs in development, many of which could be potential blockbusters. And that time, the stock has given us a monster 350% gain. But 6 weeks ago, March 20th, I told you the whole biotech group had become overheated, was due for a fall. So you had to ring the register on stocks like ISIS that had already shot into the stratosphere. Since then, the stock has indeed taken a 19% hit. But it's not that the fundamentals of the story changed one bit for the worse, just that the market soured on the entire group. Now, though, ISIS has cooled off, we got to start thinking maybe the stock can react positively to good news. Just today, we learned that ISIS has licensed its potentially revolutionary anti-clotting drug, FXI, to Bayer in exchange for $155 million in near-term milestone payments, along with tiered royalties in the low to high 20% range if and when the drug hits the market. I've told you before that I think this drug has enormous potential, and it seems Bayer agrees with me. And remember, this is just one of the many exciting prospects that ISIS has in its pipeline, along with its phase 3 formulation for TTR amyloidosis, its phase 3 therapy for spinal muscular atrophy, the leading cause of infant death worldwide. Not to mention its phase 2 drug for high triglyceride levels, its diabetes formulations, its early-stage cancer treatment, to name just a handful of drugs in this company's extensive pipeline. So is it time to circle back to ISIS now that this Bayer deal's been inked? Let's check in with Dr. Stanley Crooke, the founder, chairman, and CEO of Pharma, learn more about this important partnership with Bayer and what's next for his company. Dr. Crooke, welcome back to Mad Money.
It's great to be back. Thanks.
All right, sir, how quickly can this accelerate the program for a drug that you and I have talked about that could be a blockbuster worth billions?
Oh, I think it will be a blockbuster. And I think the single most important thing that we've achieved is we've optimized the opportunity to make it an enormous commercial success. We'll finish the next phase 2 study in patients with renal dysfunction very quickly. And then Bayer will be expanding into, phase 3 studies from there for a variety of indications. So our major goals in getting this deal done were first to find a partner that would help us maximize the commercial value of Factor XI RX. And second, to participate as aggressively and effectively as we can in the commercial success. And we think we did that. And I think the most important thing that Bayer brings is, of course, the tremendous experience with Xarelto and the ability and willingness to spend the hundreds of millions of dollars necessary to make this the blockbuster drug that we think it will be.
And this is superior to Xarelto as far as we're concerned, right?
I'm sorry?
It's superior to anything that's on the market right now.
Oh, it's a total game changer. In the study that we did in 300 patients, we showed for the first time in man that you can separate antithrombotic activity from bleeding. We actually fully anticoagulated patients before they went and had knee surgery, and there was no increase in bleeding above background, while producing a 7-fold decline compared to standard of care in deep vein thrombosis. So it's a fundamental change in the way to even think about antithrombotics.
I mean, I think it's important. I think a lot of people just said, okay, look, they got $100 million up front, $55 million payment. But we're talking about a much, much bigger. We're talking about a 20% figure of what could be multiple billions.
Absolutely. And, of course, there are contractual provisions that help ensure that Bayer will engage in the broadest development process. But the thing that gives me the most comfort is Bayer knows this space. They know what the potential of Factor XI RX is. And, of course, they have to begin to think about replacing the revenues from Xarelto when it goes off patent. So we had a lot of interest. We considered a lot of companies. And Bayer was by far the best choice, in our opinion, because of their experience and their commitment to develop the drug as we would do it.
I think it's important people should know you have partnerships with Glaxo, AstraZeneca, Roche, Janssen of J&J. I'm sure that almost anybody would like to have had this product. So this is not just some sort of sweetheart deal with Bayer.
Absolutely not. It's great to be the belle of the ball, and we had lots of interest in this drug. And as I said, our plan was to take our time to sort through the opportunities that we had and select the company that would optimize the development and the commercialization of this drug and would allow us to participate in the 20 to 27% range in terms of royalties, which is, just a tremendously valuable accomplishment in my view.
I think it's important to point out that you have one of the largest pipelines that I follow. What would be the next kind of thing that we should be looking for from ISIS?
Well, we'll be updating data from our phase 2 studies on SMNRX in infants and children with spinal muscular atrophy. I think there will be a lot of attention paid to that. After all, that's a terrible disease, and we hope that we're going to make fundamental changes in that. We will be reporting data on our glucocorticoid receptor antagonist, which is a novel drug to treat type 2 diabetes. We'll be reporting additional work that we're doing on ApoC3. We just recently reported very exciting data on our TTRx drug that's in phase 3. Obviously, we can't report phase 3 data because the study is blinded, but the patients who rolled over into the open label extension, we showed, just like with normal volunteers, we got 80% reduction in TTR. And remember, that's the cause of the disease, we believe. So lots of news there and lots of new studies being initiated with the new initiation of the second rare disease opportunity for ApoC3RX. Mm-hmm. And then the final thing I would say, in the coming little bit, we will have a call that deals strictly with our new subsidiary Axia and looks at the lipid portfolio that we have, which we think is the most exciting portfolio in the industry of novel lipid treatments. Well, tomorrow morning, of course, tomorrow morning we have our earnings call, just coincidence. So there we'll have a lot more time to spend time on the Bayer deal and help people understand it even better than they do today.
Well, I think they have to, because I thought it was gigantic, and I know the stock was halted. And we've been talking about this drug for some time, and this is the breakthrough drug that everybody needs in the hospital. Thank you to Dr. Stanley Crooke, the chairman and CEO of ISIS Pharmaceuticals, sir. Great to see you. Good luck on tomorrow's earnings report.
Thank you.
Guys, this stock has come down substantially. This is very, very big news. Look at how big Xarelto is, and you'll know exactly how important this is for ISIS and for Bayer. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.